My name is Emily Harper, and at 29, I thought I had it all figured out. A sleek apartment in Los Angeles, a killer job in digital marketing, and a husband who could have stepped out of a Hollywood rom-com. Ryan was everything I dreamed of, charming, ambitious, with a smile that made my knees weak. We were the couple everyone envied, date nights at rooftop bars in Santa Monica, weekend getaways to Napa Valley, and a love that felt unshakable. Or so I thought. It was a lazy Saturday morning when my world started to crack. Ryan was in the shower, his phone buzzing on the kitchen counter. I wasn't the snooping type, but curiosity got the better of me. Just one glance at the screen, and my heart stopped. A text from Serena, meet me tonight at the studio. Usual time, don't let her suspect anything. Serena, my mom's yoga instructor, the woman who'd been a fixture in our family's life for years. She was 50, radiant, with an aura that screamed, wellness goddess. My mom, Linda, worshipped her, crediting Serena with pulling her out of the darkness after her divorce. But why was she texting my husband? And what the hell did "don't let her suspect" mean? I stood frozen, clutching Ryan's phone like it was a grenade. My mind raced, trying to make sense of it. Maybe it was innocent. Maybe they were planning a surprise for Mom's birthday. But deep down, I knew better. The secrecy, the late night, work meetings Ryan had been having lately. It all started to add up in a way that made my stomach churn. Ryan stepped out of the bathroom, towel around his waist, whistling like he didn't have a care in the world. "Morning, babe," he said, planting a kiss on my forehead. I forced a smile, but my hands were shaking. I couldn't confront him yet. Not without proof. If I was wrong, I'd look like a paranoid fool. If I was right, God, I didn't even want to think about it. That night, I lied and told Ryan I had a late client meeting. Instead, I drove to Serenity Studio, the upscale yoga haven in Beverly Hills where Serena taught. The place was a temple of calm, white walls, eucalyptus-scented candles, and soft chimes that usually made me feel zen. Tonight, it felt like the setting of a horror movie. I parked across the street, my heart pounding as I watched the entrance. Around 9 p.m., Ryan's Tesla pulled up. He glanced around, then slipped inside. No classes were scheduled this late. The studio was supposed to be closed. My chest tightened as I crept closer, hiding in the shadows like some amateur detective. Through a side window, I saw them. Serena, in a fitted yoga outfit that hugged every curve, greeted Ryan with a smile that was anything but professional. The candles cast flickering shadows as they moved toward a back room, their laughter echoing in the empty studio. Then the door closed, and I was left standing there, my breath fogging up the glass, my world crumbling. I don't know how I got home that night. My vision was blurred with tears, my hands gripping the steering wheel so tight my knuckles turned white. Ryan was cheating on me. With Serena, the woman who'd sat at our Thanksgiving table, who'd hugged me like a friend, who'd taught my mom to breathe through the chaos. She was nearly twice Ryan's age. For God's sake, what the hell was going on? I didn't sleep. I couldn't eat. All I could think about was why. Was it her confidence? Her mystique? Or was there something wrong with me? By morning, I'd made a decision. I wasn't going to let this destroy me. I needed answers, and I needed them now. Ryan left for work, oblivious to the storm brewing inside me. I started digging. First, I checked his phone again while he was in the shower. Thank God he never changed his passcode. There were dozens of texts from Serena, all deleted from his main thread but still lingering in the cloud. "You're my escape," she'd written. "She'll never understand you like I do." My stomach twisted, but I kept going. Then I turned to Serena's social media. Her Instagram was a curated masterpiece: sunrise yoga poses, green smoothies, inspirational quotes about living your truth. But buried in her older posts, I found something odd. A photo from a financial seminar in San Francisco, years before she became a yoga guru. The caption mentioned her past as a wealth advisor. Why would someone trade Wall Street for downward dog? I hacked into Ryan's email next. Not my proudest moment. But desperation makes you do crazy things. That's when I found it. a string of encrypted messages between him and Serena, talking about moving funds and keeping Linda in the dark. My mom's name hit me like a punch. This wasn't just an affair. They were up to something bigger, something that involved my family's money. Over the next week, I turned into a woman possessed. I pieced together the puzzle, and the picture was uglier than I'd imagined. Serena hadn't just reinvented herself as a yoga instructor. She was a con artist, preying on wealthy women like my mom who were searching for meaning after personal crises. Mom had poured nearly $200 into Serena's Zen investment fund, a supposed eco-friendly project that promised spiritual and financial returns. Except the fund didn't exist. The money was funneled through shell accounts. And Ryan, my brilliant, trustworthy husband, was the tech wizard making it all disappear. I found bank statements, fake contracts, even a burner phone Ryan had hidden in his gym bag. Every discovery felt like a knife in my heart. He'd been playing me from the start, using our marriage as a cover to get close to Mom's money. And Serena? She was the mastermind, seducing Ryan not out of love but to bind him to her scheme. Their affair was just collateral damage in a much darker game. I wanted to scream, to burn our life to the ground. But I knew I had to be smart. If I confronted them too soon, they'd cover their tracks. I needed undeniable proof, not just for me, but for Mom, who'd be shattered when she learned the truth. I spent days planning my move, every step calculated like a chess game. I started recording Ryan's calls using an app I downloaded in secret. I followed Serena to her private sessions, snapping photos of her meeting shady types in back alleys. I even hired a private investigator, a grizzled guy named Tony who looked like he'd stepped out of a noir film, to dig into Serena's past. He came back with gold, a rap sheet from her old life, including charges for fraud she'd dodged by changing her name. The final piece was setting the stage for a showdown they'd never see coming. I told Mom I wanted to join her for a special yoga class with Serena, framing it as a mother-daughter bonding moment. She was thrilled, oblivious to the bomb I was about to drop. I also texted Ryan, pretending everything was normal, and asked him to meet me at the studio for a surprise. That night, Serenity Studio glowed under the Beverly Hills moonlight. Mom and I walked in, her face beaming with pride that I was finally embracing yoga. Serena greeted us with her usual warmth, but I caught the flicker of unease in her eyes when she saw me. Ryan arrived minutes later, his smile faltering as he registered the setup. "Emily, what's going on?" he asked, his voice tight. I didn't answer. Instead, I pulled out my phone and played the recording I'd compiled, a damning montage of their conversations about the fake fund, their plans to drain Mom's savings, even a clip of Serena laughing about how easy it was to keep Linda hooked. The studio went silent, the only sound Mom's sharp intake of breath. Serena tried to play it cool, her voice smooth as silk. "Emily, this is a misunderstanding. Let's talk privately." "No," I cut her off, my voice shaking but firm. "You don't get to talk your way out of this." I turned to Mom, whose face was crumpling as the truth sank in. "Mom, Serena's been stealing from you. And Ryan's been helping her." Ryan's eyes darted to the door, but I'd already called the cops. Tony, my pie, was waiting outside to make sure they didn't bolt. "You're done, both of you," I said, stepping closer to Ryan. "You thought you could use me? Break my family? I trusted you, loved you, and this is what I get?" He opened his mouth, but no words came out. For the first time, I saw him for what he was, not the man I'd married, but a coward who'd sold his soul for a quick buck. Mom was sobbing now, clinging to me like I was her lifeline. Serena made a break for it, but Tony blocked the exit. Sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder, as the police stormed in, handcuffing Serena and Ryan. I felt a strange mix of relief and emptiness. I'd won, but at what cost? Epilogue. Rising from the ashes. The aftermath was brutal. Serena and Ryan were charged with fraud, embezzlement, and conspiracy. The trial was a media circus, headlines screaming about the yoga scam queen and her tech bro accomplice. Mom lost most of her savings, but she said the real loss was her trust in people. "We're working through it together. one painful conversation at a time. I filed for divorce the day after the confrontation. Ryan tried to call, sent letters begging for forgiveness. But I blocked him out of my life. I sold our apartment, moved to a cozy loft in Venice Beach, and started therapy to unpack the betrayal. I even joined a new yoga class, not for the zen, but to reclaim something they'd tainted. Life isn't perfect anymore. The glossy Instagram version of Emily Harper is gone. And I'm okay with that. I've learned that real strength isn't in the fairy tale. It's in picking up the pieces and building something new. I'm dating again, cautiously, and every step feels like a victory. Serena and Ryan took a lot from me. But they didn't take my fight.